Okay, so today we are going to talk about writing assignment number 4. Okay, so this is for 9C, and I know you guys are like, man, we don't even cover 9C, but that's why we're going to do it together. Okay, so we are going to talk about the average price of a home in a town that was $175,000 in 2013, but the price homes are rising at 5% per year. We're going to create an exponential function of the form Q equals Q naught times 1 plus R, which is your APR or your rate, times time, or raised to the time, okay? Now we know this little naught right here means your initial, right? Your initial cost for your home. And this is to model the rising home prices described. So we're going to use this formula to create a table for the first 10 years growth. All right, so let's do this. I am going to use different numbers because I want you to do your own math on this, but I'm going to do it in Excel and show you how to do it easily. You can do it by hand using this function or this formula right here, but it is so much easier to do it in Excel. So I'm going to show you the Excel way. Okay, so the numbers I'm going to use, my house was going to be initially worth $250,000 and my rate is going to be 12%. Okay, so those are the numbers that we are going to use. Here is my blank sheet. You all know how to open a blank sheet in Excel, I'm sure. So in A1, I'm going to type my interest rate. Words. A2 is I'm going to put my interest rate in, so it was 0.12, right? Because we never use percentages. So then I'm going to go down to A2. Here I'm going to put my average price, AVERAGE. And then in B2, I am going to put my 250,000. Okay. A3, I'm going to put time. Spell it right. It's my goal. And then just T because that's what it stood for in my formula. Okay. And let's just go down and do it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool. We all got that one. Not hard. Now we're going to do price per year. Oops, can't spell per either. Now this is where we're going to let Excel work for us, okay? So when we get to B4, we're going to go right up here in the formula bar and we're going to hit equals. Okay. Now what we want from our formula, we know that we want Q naught, which is our average price. So since it says equal, we're just going to tick on B2 and that's going to put B2 up here for us, okay? And now we want B2 to be multiplied by, and our multiply sign in Excel is our asterisk. So we're going to say asterisk. And now we're going to open 2 parentheses. And then 1 plus, right? Because that's what it said. Now we want that to be multiplied by our rate. So we're going to go up and we're going to tick on B1 because that was our rate. Close one of those asterisks for me, or one of those parentheses for me, okay? Now we know that we want that rate, or the 1 plus our rate, to be raised. So we're going to use Shift 6 because that's where our caret is on our keyboard, is Shift 6. Okay, so now we got our caret, and we know that we want that to be raised to all of our times, right? Because 1 plus R was raised to time. So now we're going to just highlight here at A4 and drag down to A13, and that's automatically going to throw all of those in there for us. Happy day. And now we're going to hold down Shift and hit 0, and that's going to close our other parenthesis, and we now have our formula made so that it'll like do our price per year for us. Right on, hit enter, and it should show up there for you. See that? Cool. So now we're going to tick back over here, but we want that to do from B4 all the way down to B13. So if you put your cursor right here on the corner of this, you can grab that. You got to be really careful. Oh, come on, Chili. Grab it and drag it all the way down to B13. And just like Excel magic. Oh, I tell you why I did that. We got to go up here. Why did I do that? Because I forgot to tell you something. In front of the B2, you're going to put a $sign. This means you don't want that to change. In front of the 2, you're going to put a $sign. Okay? Now we're going to go over to this B1 because we don't want it to change. We want it to stay the same. So in front of B1, you're going to put a $sign. In front of B, you're going to put a $sign. And in front of 1, you're going to put a $sign. And now hit enter. Undo, undo. Okay, there. Let's put the $signs in front of all of these here. I hit undo a couple times and it took me back to here. Sorry guys, that was my bad. I'm not the biggest Excel brain in the world. Sometimes I forget a few things. So we have a $sign in front of B, a $sign in front of 2, a $sign in front of B, a $sign in front of 1. So now we should hit enter and that should be, yeah. Now if we go back over here, I think, stop the, yeah, be very careful. Yeah, there you go. That's what we want. Now, if yours doesn't show up, like, go up here and you should be able to tick right here, like on the line beside A. If you double click, it'll make it just big enough so that all your words show up, and do the same thing beside B and it'll make them all show up. Now, if you have something wonky like I do, right click on it, which is the click you normally don't use, and you should go down here to format cells and go over here and tick currency, and that's going to make it look like money. There you go. That's what we want. Okay, that looks beautiful. Now, but we also want it to look like something really cool, or I like it to look like something cool whenever I import it into my what's that called? My Word document or your Google Docs document. So I'm gonna highlight this, and then I'm gonna go over here to format table. Cool. And I like this one. That's just what I like. You can pick any one you want, but I like for it to be alternately blue, white. So I took that one, and then, okay. And then that's what it looks like. So when I copy and paste that into my Word document or my Google Docs document, it will look like that. Okay. So now you have, that is exactly how much your house is worth at each year, with a rate of 0.12 at the beginning, or the average price of $250,000. So now you could just plug in your numbers, right? And you know exactly how to make your formula in here. Cool? Right on. Okay, let's talk a little bit about number 2 now. If the price of gold decreases at a monthly rate of 2.8%, what percentage does it decrease in a year? So we're going to use the same formula, right? The Q equals Q naught times 1 plus R raised to the T. But we're going to do decreases, so that R would, or the plus would now become minus, right? So it would be 1 minus R raised to the T. So, so it would look like Q equals Q naught times 1 minus, and then what would be your rate? Right, it would be 0.028 raised to the 12, right? Because monthly rate, so you know that would be 12. So then you would do the math. Your Q naught is going to be 100 because you're going to start at 100. So that's going to be 100 times 1 minus 0.028 raised to the 12. Okay. I'll let y'all do that math and see what you get, but that is going to give you a total. And then you're going to take that total and you're going to subtract it from 100, right? Because that's going to give you a percentage. You take that percentage from 100% because that's what you start at. You have 100% minus whatever total you get, and then that's going to give you the percentage that it decreases in a year. Okay? We cool on that? Alright, if not, just play it back and see what I just said. Okay, so that's for number 2. You're going to take Q equals Q naught times 1 minus, and the reason for minus is because we're dealing with decrease. Alright, this is the exponential for increase. So you're going to turn this plus into a minus. Alright, you're going to start with 100. You're going to assume, like, you're starting with 100%, and that's what your Q naught is going to be. So it's going to be Q equals 100 times 1 minus 0.028. 28 raised to 12 because there's 12 monthly payments in a year. Cool. Okay. All right. I'll let y'all rock that out yourselves. I'm not going to do it for you. All right. So I hope you guys have the very best day. If you have any questions on this, you know, you could always get a hold of me. I think you all have my phone number. If not, message me and I'll give it to you. Okay. All right. Have the best day.